Finally, it's time for the old school keynote. Come on! I know you've been waiting a while, so let's waste no more time. Let's hit you straight away with Sins of the Father. Sins of the Father is a new master level quest in the Myreque series. It's another quest written by Moded, who unfortunately isn't here today, so you're stuck with me instead. Sorry. In the previous quest, A Taste of Hope, things started to look up for the Myreque with the defeat of Ranis Drakan. Spoiler alert if you didn't know. But that hope may not last. For in Sins of the Father, you're going to have to come face to face with Lord Drakan himself. If you somehow win that battle, you're going to unlock access to the vampire capital of Darkmeyer. That's another unfinished part of the map getting completed. You can expect a whole ton of content in Darkmeyer to get your teeth stuck into. I'm not going to reveal everything right now, but one point of note is the Hallowed Sepulchre. Can you loot this crypt before the time limit strikes? The Hallowed Sepulchre is a new skilling activity for the agility skill. Who's tired of doing lap after lap after lap to train agility? We're aiming for this to be a much more engaging way to train the skill. You're going to be dodging fireballs, maneuvering around traps, trying to get as deep into this crypt as possible, all against the clock. If you do well, you might just come away with enough hallowed marks to finally purchase your own set of Dark Graceful. I know we've all been waiting for that one for a while. That's just a small insight into Sins of the Father and Darkmeyer. But that's not the only thing going on in Morytania next year.
Whoa.
Yeah?
How do you spell Fremnik?
Oh, single M, double N.
Thanks. How about Dagonoth?
Oh, Wolf?
Whoa.
far to the east lies an island called Ashihama, home to a group of sirens. For a long time now, there have been no pleasant dreams on this isle. Only nightmares. One of the sirens, named Shura, has decided that enough is enough. She's decided to get the strongest siren warriors together to take the fight back against this being. They drove into its lair, and you know what? They successfully managed to drive it out. But unfortunately, it simply fled west, over the ocean towards Morytania, to the town we know as Slepe. There, the residents are unfortunately suffering from something known as the sleeper plague. Many of them are unable to wake up. What a feast for a being that devours dreams and warps them into nightmares. Shura decided to creatively name this being the Nightmare of Ashihama. With so many dreams to feast on, the nightmare grew stronger and stronger, and Shura can no longer deal with it alone. Shura needs you to go into the Sisterhood Sanctuary and destroy the nightmare once and for all. The Nightmare is a brand new group boss coming to Old School RuneScape next year. The Nightmare is a much more conventional group boss. You'll fight it much more like how you fight the corporeal beast. You'll have to form your team, enter into the Sisterhood Sanctuary beneath the town of Slepe, where it resides. You'll have to deal with the Nightmare's illusionary-based mechanics. But be careful of just how warped your reality might become. And for all those who enter the lair, not everyone returns. But for those who are successful, you can expect to be rewarded handsomely. And that's where you, the community, come in. Just like with Chambers of Xeric and Theatre of Blood in the past, we want your suggestions for what rewards the Nightmare can bring. And as I mentioned, it's a much more conventional boss in that you can form teams of virtually any size. You can mass it if you want, but just hope that you are the lucky person to walk away with those big boy rewards that you come up with. So there we have it. That's a ton of content coming to Morytania next year. We've got a new quest, Sins of the Father. If you beat that quest, you'll get access to the vampire city of Darkmeyer, in which you can play the Hallowed Sepulchre, a new agility training method. And of course, we have the new group boss, the Nightmare of Ashihama. You can expect to hear from us more in the near future. Thank you.
This changes everything.
Clans have existed in RuneScape since the game's release. Some clans are even older than many of you in the audience. They've existed in Old School without any official support, all whilst acting as the backbone of the community. And so we've reached out to some clan leaders to ask just what their clan means to them.
I first got involved in clanning in early 2009. Several months after joining Divine Forces, I was swiftly promoted up the ranks and became an official, and now leader from March 2018 onwards. From my original decision to join Divine Forces, I've never looked back and would consider Divine Forces and its community my RuneScape home. We have hosted multiple real-life meetings in Amsterdam, London, Budapest and Newcastle. You'll get that initial feeling that it's a bit odd to meet people off an online game, but it's short-lived, and it's just like meeting a friend that you've known for years. The experiences I've had over the years, the ups and the downs, I would not change it for any other online gaming experience. The friendships I've made, diversity I've encountered, and just the added fun of being able to participate in something bigger than myself on the game is well worth the time and effort. No matter your in-game goals, be it skilling, PKing, EVMing, Ironmanning, Having the community of people keeps you grounded in the game and does motivate you to strive for better every time you play.
Hello, my name's Matto. I'm a staff member and co-leader of Totus, an old school RuneScape clan that was established in January 2017. Having the opportunity to mingle with like-minded individuals on a daily basis makes gameplay overall more enjoyable. Being able to discuss what you're currently doing, to seek out clan members who want to complete content with you, and to look forward to updates that affect our style of playing, all enhance the experience, giving you a strong sense of community. I would personally encourage anyone, regardless of their playstyle, to seek out a clan that's right for them and become part of something that could potentially change the way they see the game. Anyone who's willing to put in that initial bit of effort to seek out a potential new home will soon realise that there's a whole other side to the game that's hidden away, a side that only exists because of the player base. Clans are a powerful, exciting mechanic that I believe has been nothing but positive for the growth of OSRS and its iconic budding player base.
My name is Bertel, and I'm the leader of the Ironman PvM clan, Solitary. Over this past year and a bit, I've had the privilege to lead Solitary, and with that, also the opportunity to meet all the amazing people that's in the clan. It means a lot to me. It's gonna be hard to pinpoint just one memorable moment with Solitary, but there's two situations that comes to mind when I think about it. First one being first ever triple loot in Old School in Chambers of Sari. And also just the first week of the TOB release, ending it all by being the first Ironman to complete it. Definitely a great moment.
Oh my god! Let's go!
I would definitely recommend being in that clan just because there's so many positive benefits by being a part of such a community within RuneScape, having a lot of like-minded people around you, having the ability to find new friends and having people to talk to.
Yes, dude! Yes, dude! Congrats, Jerry. Congrats, man.
Hey everyone, my name is Revan. Some of you may recognize my voice as one of the casters from the Dead Man Tournament or the PvP All-Stars, but some of you may know my name from the RuneScape planning scene, where I've been active since the release of the Old School servers. Now, I actually joined my first clan back in like 2002, 2003. It was actually called the Hobbits of RuneScape. I know the name doesn't sound too fearsome, but this is the clan that first exposed me to the wilderness. Now, back in my clan, we did a lot of portal PKing, and after a couple of those events, I was hooked. So when the Old School servers were first released, I joined a clan called Fatality, and that's where I learned about the strategy and how competitive clanning actually was. I eventually became a warlord in that clan, and I led many fights each weekend and throughout the week. The community makes the clan for me, and a lot of these clans that I've been in create a culture that you want to be a part of, and you look forward to coming on TeamSpeak and interacting with your fellow clan members each and every day. Clanning is very rewarding, especially if you find the right community to be around, and for those of you who decide to give it a shot, I hope you find as welcoming communities as I have.
Can you guess what I'm going to present? Right. Firstly, I will slow it down a bit and begin with a thank you, because like I said, you can guess what I'm going to present, really. So thanks to the players who contribute to the video for sharing the insight and the passion they have for the clans. So that's Bertel from Solitary, Revan from Ancient Fury, Gork from Oblivion, Matto and Arptastic from Totus, Ross from Divine Forces, Nex from Olympus, T. Garrett from Team Eternity. Right, secondly, an apology is due. I told them that video would be shown only internally in Jagex. So here it is at RuneFest, and you've all seen it. Social media has now seen it, but give them a round of applause and just let them know how much you appreciate what they shared. So I am here to present the clan system coming to Old School RuneScape. I'm excited. I love clans. I've led clans. I've fought in clan alliances, and I've wanted a clan system since day one of joining the Old School team. For me, it is a dream come true. It's what I've been wanting to work on since joining the team. One thing is certain, the clan system is long overdue. Clans have been the backbone of the community. They've had no official support, and we know it's time for us to change that. The tech work is a long and difficult road, but work is underway to make this a reality next year. Our aim is to empower the clans, so we're going to give you the tools you need to grow, galvanize, and dominate. Or just make more friends if you're a clan of friendly gamers. The features I'm going to walk you through aren't set in stone. We want to learn from the RuneScape clan system, and we want to learn from the real experts. That's you and the people you saw in the video. So the clan system will feature, now let me back up out of the way a little bit. Cool, there we are. More chat channels. You'll be able to raid and PK with your friends. You won't have to miss out on any clan comms. Customize access to your channels. I mean, we added the total level requirement, and a lot of you have been asking for more customization. We're going to give you that with new ranks and new permissions. There are strength in numbers. You'll be able to have up to 500 clan members. Who's the mightiest? Who is the weakest? Find out with clan-wide kill-death counters. You'll be able to advertise and grow your clan like never before with customizable recruitment boards. You can share key information in a single central location with clan notice boards. Rally the troops with a moment's notice using clan broadcast messages. And you'll be able to link your clan Discord server with just a single click, so no more bypassing the chat filter. Like I said, they're not final. We need you, and we need your ideas. There's a blog going live after the reveal session with links to the usual places. Or just tweet at me, JagXSwing. Send us your feedback, your ideas, and suggestions. That's not all, though. Any clan leaders in the audience? A couple. So you're going to be able to come to Cambridge, read the blog, and apply for a chance for an all-expenses-paid trip to Jagex HQ. Bring your expertise to the place where Old School is made. We really do know that you're the expert, so we want you to help define the feature set that we're going to offer. Short and sweet, that's it from me in the clan system, but I'll leave you with this. The tech work for clans can be used for something else that's quite exciting too. Thank you for your time, everybody.
Gielinor, a world of risk, of opportunity, of high reward and costly mistakes. Many play and nearly all will fall, but tonight I'm going to talk to you about a certain group of players. These players seek to possess everything they've ever wanted on their own. These men are brave, committed, fearless. They have hearts of iron and the will of 1,000 souls. They go by many names, but most simply know them as an Iron Man, by the way. There are many heroic stories of great Iron Men, but tonight I will tell a different tale, a tale which you may not have heard. The Nightmare of Ashihama, Darkmeyer, and clans, this year's turning out to be one of our most exciting yet. Clans are great and all, but some of us don't like to work with others. In fact, some of us stand alone. In fact, I'm curious. Anyone here in the audience, if you play an Iron Man or Iron Woman of any kind, raise your hand. Go on. Well, that kind of puts my next point off because it seems off, but 1 in 5 of our players play an Iron Man of some kind. There appear to be a lot more than that here. Standard and Ultimate Iron Man were released in 2014. It was a groundbreaking new way to play the game, inspired by many a player-made game mode. Hardcore Iron Man was released in 2016. A new way to play the now-beloved mode, offering a one-life rule. And we've seen many amazing achievements, very close calls, and tragic, but quite often entertaining deaths. Iron Man content has also been some of the most popular to watch and stream. In fact, we have some of the most prolific Iron Man content creators here with us tonight. Like Boaty. Boaty was instrumental in being one of the advocates of the mode prior to its official release with his one-man army Peckish Whale account. I said one of the original advocates. How could we forget about Foe? Foe also joined in on the fun with his Iron Foe account. And while neither of the two of them invented the mode, they are responsible for making it what it is today. There's a reason that the Iron Man tutors on both Tutorial Island and Lumbridge are called Adam and Paul, after all. But alas, while these two are great Iron Men in their own right, they are forever condemned to solitude, having to forge their own journey on their own. But what if they didn't have to? What if they wanted to stand alone together? And what if they wanted to bring some more of their friends along, like Mr. Mammal? Or MMORPG? These Iron Men have fought together, but apart. These fearless heroes, sadly, however, cannot fight alongside each other until now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my incredible pleasure to announce to you all an update which both I personally and I know many, many more of you out there have wanted for a very long time. Group Ironman! So this section now feels a bit irrelevant because I think you're all on board, but for those of you less informed, I should probably start with, what is Group Ironman? Well, like the standard Iron Man game mode, you and your friends will have to earn all of your items, supplies, and levels by yourselves without help from anyone else outside of the group. Of course, it'll be a fresh start for everyone, a clean slate. When the game mode is released, there will be 4 high-score races all starting at once, because you'll be able to make group size from 2 to 5. Each group will have their own high-score bracket to compete in. Naturally, the more of you there are in the group, the easier it becomes. So because of this, say you change your mind and want to add someone else to the group, you can do so as long as they are a fresh Group Ironman. Up to 5, of course. Unfortunately, that means we will not allow you to move down to a smaller group size because we wouldn't want you to get an advantage playing in a more competitive bracket, an easier bracket to move down to a more competitive one. Not only that, but with the proposed clan system, which we've just gone over, the group will have its own private chat channel. There you can coordinate your actions, communicate without having to deal with the awkward private message system that we've got. Each group will also have a group leader. And while we'd like the group to stay together, one of the responsibilities of the group leader is that they have the power to kick someone from the group. It will be a vote. They will be able to initiate the vote, and in the event of a tie, they will decide the outcome. That kind of raises a question, right? What happens then? After all, I said you can't go down in group size. Well, if you were a 4-man group, and someone is removed from the group, you will stay a 4-man group, and you can then recruit a new fresh Group Ironman to your group. The person who was removed can do the same. They obviously have more spots to fill. So, why should you play Group Ironman? I think everyone here is already on board, right? Quite honestly, for me, playing with the Iron Man rule set with a group of your friends just sounds incredibly fun, right? Also, it opens up a whole host of new strategies which are not possible in any of the other Iron Man game modes. For instance, you can delegate the work, right? Only one person needs to get the crafting level to make the Amulet of Glory, and then they can make one for everyone in the group. Only one of you can train Slayer and get an Abyssal Whip for everyone. Maybe the other person's training Herblore to get the powerful potions, and the final person maybe just likes fishing and cooking, and they'll do that to get the food for the group. Of course, this means that every group will play differently. You'll get to accommodate your own playstyles. But most importantly, this means only one of you will have to train Runecraft, right? Unfortunately, you'll probably all still have to train Agility. Sorry about that. If you're an existing Ironman, you may be considering, what's different? Well, have you ever had a duplicate of a drop? Well, now that drop isn't wasted, right? You can give it to someone else in the group. Maybe it's been the opposite. Maybe you've gone really dry for a drop. Perhaps a Berserker ring, a crystal from Cerberus, or maybe the elusive Dragon Warhammer. Well, now you have more people to help get it, and then when you do, everyone in the group can benefit from the drop. Personally, I'm quite excited to see which group will be the first to complete Chambers of Xeric, or the Theatre of Blood, which group will be the first to max, which group will be the first to have Infernal Capes, and of course, which group will be the first to defeat the Nightmare of Ashihama. We're going to be seeing a lot of world firsts in the coming months after the release. Thank you all for listening to me give our initial insights into Group Ironman.
Hello, RuneScapers. So, thank you, I love me too. Anyway, so that's the big stuff we'd like to work on. We'd like to kick off 2020 with the Nightmare of Ashihama, which I am assured was not named after me, although a chap can hope. Then we'll be moving on later in the year with the Darkmeyer Expansion, featuring Mod Ed's famous Sins of the Father and the Hallowed Sepulchre. Now, you've also heard about clans. It sounded like you liked it. That one I'm very, very pleased to see on the coming up, because it's been a player request as far back as Old School goes. And it gives me great pleasure that we're finally due to get the technical infrastructure we need to deliver on this for you. It's a gift that keeps on giving, too, since, as you've heard, the permanent grouping we can use for clans can permanently group you for Group Ironman. Maybe other things in future. I'm sure you've got some ideas already. And also, I expect some indirect improvements to other content from it. See, where you're having to use our temporary chat channels as a clan, it's very awkward for you when we want to use them for some other content for a bigger group. So I'd hope that Chambers of Xeric and perhaps the old Clan Wars will become a little bit more convenient to use when you're no longer having to use that Ask Your Clan system at the same time. So we don't have an ETA for this one, I'm afraid. Sorry, as you may have heard, the technical roadmap to getting this infrastructure is a long and winding one. But rest assured, we want to give it to you as fast as we can, and we will. So what else are we going to do? Now, our other plans for the year are a little bit more vague and subject to confirmation, because, we don't actually want to block ourselves up with ideas up front so that we can't take up anything that arises during the year. But Mod Ed does have another quest idea for you. And again, I regret he can't be here to do a better speech about it himself. Now, you may remember Vios and investigate his mysterious client of Kourend in former Mod Wolf's quest. Hey there. And perhaps you've done the 5 quests, the 5 houses, learning about their backstories, their motivations, and what they want for their kingdom, and who they want to rule it, probably themselves. Perhaps it's time to see where all that's going, and what threats from the distant past may be coming back to trouble the present. Maybe. Anyway, you'll learn more about that if we undertake Mod Ed's new quest idea in A Kingdom Divided. Apart from that, we had an idea for some different kind of completionist content. For people who want to be able to show, that thing, I killed that, and that thing, and all those things, and I killed that one below a time threshold, and I killed that one with certain combat restrictions. For those who want to show that they've overcome all the challenges like that, we'd like to offer you something we're calling PVM, Achievement Diaries. Okay. So, a bit more down to earth now. I've got a cup of tea. How much more down to earth do you get? Anywho, in the last year, we've tried to put a lot more dev time into addressing existing bits of the game, giving more of it the love and polish that it deserves, and indeed that you deserve. Examples include the Chambers of Xeric adjustments that we did, and the usability improvements to anvils, crafting interfaces, teleport tablet interfaces, and various PvP mechanics and weapons that really did need some attention. Culminating, of course, in the new mechanics for Last Man Standing, and due this month, 2019, Bounty Hunter. Now, in the coming year, we want to keep doing more. We want to, there's a lot more about the game that needs this kind of attention, after all. PvP especially needs a lot more love and attention than we've been able to give to it in prior years. And other things as well. We get a lot of complaints, for example, about certain interfaces. Just off the top of my head, the Puro reward shop, Mage Training Arena reward shop, these are not nice to use, and there's a lot of scope to improve such interfaces. Also, maybe opportunity to add some more things. Even if the community doesn't turn out to be in agreement about bank presets, or is it? Well, we shall see. But at the very least, we could offer you the ability to equip and unequip items while the bank is open, and to eat your food, drink your potions, or vice versa. And maybe the game frame itself could improve a little. Take the side stones. The order of the stones and the interfaces linked to them, it was set a long time ago. Maybe it's not how you want it. Maybe we could let you change it. So, in 2020, they do say hindsight is 2020 after all. We'd like to look back and try and address more of this kind of thing for you. Now, finally, you've heard about the Twisted Leagues, I think. Maybe you've seen the blog. That's, for those who haven't, it's the time-locked challenge mode set on the continent of Zaya, where you'll play as an Iron account, vying to be the first to unlock the incredibly powerful Twisted Relics that will help you become the top of the league. Imagine, for example, being the first to get the Infinite Run Energy relic in a mode that has no agility training course. Or perhaps you'd rather go for the relic that retrieves your ammo for you in a mode that hasn't got Ava. It'd be your choice which way you want to go with some of these relics, and what choice you make will affect how well you do in the league. And we look forward to seeing some of the decisions you make. Anywho, I'm pleased to be able to announce a release date for that. It's winter 2017. You knew that was coming. It's the Thursday, the 14th of November, 2019. Thank you. Now, finally, because I've run out of tea, I'd just like to thank you all very, very much on behalf of the whole Old School team for another year of your support for Old School RuneScape, and for making it so rewarding to develop for this game that you, and indeed we, love so very much. Thank you. Have a tea bag.